Okay, here we are, ready to go for some news AF here today on Tuesday. Ready? Okay, what is it? The 8th? All right, here we go. Hey, everybody, what's going on? I'm Rob Cesternino, back again to talk with you about the week's most interesting news stories for the week of August 8th, 2023, here on News AF.
If the story is buzzing like it's on crystal meth, it's about to be News AF. If the same old news makes you bored to death, it's time for some News AF. Actual, factual news.
Yeah, that's right. We're back together again to talk about everything that's going on in this very interesting time. And of course, back with us, the man of the hour, who's celebrating International Pickleball Day today. He made it a thing. It's Tyson Apostol.
Finally, yes, International Pickleball Day. I will celebrate with some pickleball later. And yeah, it's the man of the hour feels great to me. If I can be the man of every hour that I ever live in my own sphere, then that's great.
A good life.
I've lived a good life.
Yeah. I mean, even when you're sleeping is going to be tough, but if anybody could do it, Tyson.
Yeah, but I mean, like if I'm sleeping and in this realm, I am the man of the hour while sleeping, I feel like you don't need to be the man of the hour, international, worldwide, whatever. Just
in your own sphere.
In your own sphere, yeah. Your own circle.
So as long as you're never... Yeah, as long as you never share a room with another man, that's always going to be the case.
Yeah, but even so, I always want to be the main character of my story.
Of course.
Because I feel like there's some people that maybe are supporting roles of their own story, and that's a sad place to be. So,
but what if you got best supporting actor in somebody else's story?
That's not too bad.
No, that's fine from their perspective. But from my perspective, the story is that I'm the star.
By the way, what if this best supporting actor is the highest you can ever go? That's just like your thing. That's pretty good.
No comment.
No comment. Okay. All right. Well, here is a man who has shared a room with Tyson at points.
Yeah,
right?
He was man of the hour there.
For sure.
Yeah.
They co-hosts always. Co-hour hosts.
Here he is, Danny Bryson.
Celebrating not pickleball, but International Cat Day.
Yes.
Ooh, as a cat owner.
Yeah, big day. I've made a delicious tuna cake for my cat.
Did you? That's just just dumping the tuna out of the can and keeping it in its cake shape, right?
Well, yeah, but I've several of those. Some fondant. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna
be so excited, guys. I've got a gripe though.
Yeah,
about
good.
International
We
Cat
loved
Day.
it. You don't think it's a real holiday?
No, not about International
okay.
Cat Day. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but I think socks are starting to be labeled left and right.
Yeah, I hate that too.
Okay,
dude.
yeah. This is the total scam. It's like subscription services. I put on a pair of Nike socks, and they went a step further. Not only did they label it left and right, but they removed one swoop, so that you want the swoop on the outside.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is starting to feel like a subscription service.
How so?
Kind of like along those same lines where I have to keep buying into their system to keep my socks. I can't lose a sock.
Yeah.
I gotta always have a pair.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
I purposely avoid socks like that. And it's like, there's a lot of brands that put a logo on a certain, and it's just like, no, I don't have the time. And the socks the left sock and the right sock thing, I don't feel a difference. If I felt a difference, I was like, oh, finally it's tailored to my left foot, just like I always wanted. Great. Now I am all in. And maybe there are people like that. But for me, I'm not like that. I've never been like that.
Well, I'm going to join you, Tyson. I'm going to, after this, go out into the house and yell, we will no longer be buying socks with just one symbol on one side of the sock.
You know who has a great sock that is not dependent on what foot? Fila actually makes these dry fit ones that are so awesome. And they're my
it's not
go-to.
left or right.
Not left or right. And there's a Fila logo on both sides. So
as it should be.
May I be the contrarian?
No.
Yes.
No. Blocked. Blocked and reported.
Blocked? I got outvoted?
No, I want to hear this view.
Yeah.
I kind of like having the left and the right. It's frustrating if you don't have the left and right, but I was like, okay.
You don't do laundry. You don't do your own laundry.
Oh, I do. Tyson, come get out of here. Yeah. Yeah. I have
so you do your
always
laundry,
done my
you
own
get
laundry.
your socks, and you're like, oh, this one's left and this one's right. Pair it together. You're doing that every time?
I try to if I have, but I don't have that many socks that are like that.
Okay.
All right. Well, we've got 1 for, 2 against.
So wait, but why? Why do you like it?
I don't know. That's the one that goes with this. Try to keep it together.
Yeah, but if you have 2 pair of the same socks, then it's not the one that goes with it. It's one of the 2 that goes with it. So it's like essentially the same. And if you are,
like I don't have that many that are like that. I think I have maybe like 6 pairs.
If you need to have a lot of socks like this, and the frustration comes when you crawl into the dryer and dig through the pile of clothing in there, and you pull one, you're like, oh, and then you pull out the other one, you're like,
not
sweet.
the left, not the
left.
Like,
oh, 2 lefts.
Right.
Nope.
Yeah. So there's 2 ways around this. You can buy all different colors of socks. So if you have your socks, every single one's a different color. So then it doesn't matter. They're going to go together. And I have a feeling that in the future, when you read a book that's just like how billionaires lead their lives, Tyson Apostol, and it's all about me. And it's like, he just bought a bunch of the Fila Dry Fit socks, and it doesn't matter which sock goes with which, because they all go with
over
each
a lifetime. Tyson saved up to 5 weeks of time searching for
that
the
he got to spend with his kids or scrolling his
making
phone.
Billions.
Yes. So that's what I'm. Yeah. So, Rob, you're either all in or you're all out. Like, you want a left and a righty.
All right, fine. I'll throw them all out after the podcast.
No, I'm telling. Like, go one way or the other.
When it comes time to replace it,
which one are you doing?
I live my life by one rule, and that is bros before toes. Okay. I will throw all those socks out.
No, but I want to know real quick, if you have to throw a unifoot sock away, or if you have to throw all of your unifoot socks away, or your left and right brand labeled socks away, which one are you is your ride or die?
Yeah, I would say that 95% of my socks are unito.
Okay.
All right.
I just have a couple of pairs, and I feel like it's a nice. Oh, look.
Why is that so exciting? Yeah, but why is that so exciting? What if it's a left and a left?
Just mix it up.
They're the same exact sock. One just has an L on it.
But why can't you wear 2 L's?
You can, but you've something weird about it.
It's just annoying. It's just like annoying. It's like they want you to feel as if you're doing something wrong.
Wrong. Yeah.
See, I like it. If I had 2 R's, it's like, oh, people think, oh, does he have monogram socks?
Yeah,
look at this guy.
Rob,
that's
true.
That is kind of cool for you.
That is cool. Yeah, that is cool. Those are mine.
Well, I didn't mean to divide you guys, but
at the gym, is that what you're saying?
Like left and right socks.
Yeah, let me see your socks. I think they're mine.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, Danny, you mentioned it being International Cat Day. Make your tuna cake. You know, I had come across this article this morning that I thought I might bring up. That there is a profile that got made about a man named Tyler who appeared recently on TLC's My Strange Addiction. That he eats 15 cans of tuna every week.
Okay, that's not healthy. I think you're not supposed to eat that much tuna.
Listen,
he says,
Mercury is going to become
I
a Mad
love
Hatter.
smelling tuna every day, all the time, all day, all night, every day.
You believe this, Tyson?
He's addicted to smelling tuna.
How long has this been?
Yeah, 1 week when he was on the show.
I think for years. He estimated that he's eaten 3,900 cans of tuna.
It says he even wears the juice as cologne. No way. No.
This
But
is
the headline of the article is that it's stinking up his love life. He can't meet a partner.
Broga.
Yeah, I think this is partly fake news, but also I want to address some other fake news that maybe I have heard that the tuna that we get now has been tested and whatever, and the mercury levels are in such low quantities, maybe no quantities, that that was propaganda by the
halibut industry.
No, the meat industry and the poultry and dairy and all of those. I could be wrong, but take that mercury thing with a grain of salt. Like, eat too much fish, get mercury poisoning.
I mean, I did just see it on
Dairy Council of America's website.
The History Channel, which also has shows about aliens. So I don't know.
Well,
were they sponsored by Big Beef?
Yeah. It could have been. You got to look at the money, the trail of money. Where does
follow
it lead?
The money
to Big Beef? Yeah. I don't know. Look, I don't know. Maybe that's not true. Maybe it is. But no, that's 15 cans of tuna. His mom is vouching for him. So he's got his mom in all the lie, but I don't think he's putting it on as cologne because nobody wants to smell that on your breath or your body.
Yeah, and
my
he
question
should know
is,
that.
Tyson, how many people a year are we losing to mercury poisoning?
That's what I'm saying. Like, and it's also like, is it mercury poisoning? Like, I feel tired today. Mercury poisoning. Like, I don't know. That's
we don't know. We don't know anything. That's a big part of life in 2020.
He is getting his protein though.
Yeah, macros on point.
Yeah.
For Tyler the Tuna Man.
Dude, is he shredded? Do we have pictures of him?
No, I wouldn't say he's shredded. I don't want to body shame or anything.
He doesn't like albacore.
It's like normal. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just curious because that's like a thing that like these keto people are doing. So if he's like in deep ketosis, then he may have that keto crotch anyways and smell like he's wearing tuna juice.
Why is he always eating it with his fingers? In all the promo it has for this TLC show, he's using his fingers, which is more disgusting than actually eating tuna.
Yeah. And not only does he always eat tuna, this man, according to this video that was shared by TLC, that a woman asked him, what are you doing? And he says, I always keep a can of tuna on me.
If you put it in your back pocket, it could look like you had a pack of chew. Some chew, but that could be cool. It's really gross. I don't like watching the clip of him eating it because he's using his fingers. I almost feel like this is fake.
Yeah, this is
like very close to believing that this is not real.
I think most of what happens on TLC is fake.
It's not real.
Yeah, it is the learning channel, but
people are desperate to get on TV, It's like some people will go on the Challenge USA, and there's people that will pretend that tuna is the only thing they eat.
Yes. Tyson's got some good insights on this. So.
Yeah.
So a lot of people like, maybe I have too much pride or not enough shame, but I'm not willing to, bend to get on TV.
I'll tell you what.
See me. Yeah.
I'm not desperate enough to be on TV to eat 15 cans of tuna.
In a week?
In a week.
But are you desperate enough to lie about eating 15 cans a week?
No, because they're going to want to watch it. They're going to need lots of B-roll of you slurping down tuna.
Yeah, you just have to, you could use one can and just change your shirt 30 times.
In one of these still photos they have, he's drinking from the can and juice is spilling out the side.
Yeah.
It's just like every time he eats a can of tuna, he can't just eat it with a fork. He's got to like slurp it down like a maniac. That's true. Addiction. And, it's hard to be addicted to something and look cool while doing it.
Is he addicted to mercury? Maybe he's addicted to mercury and his body's craving it because is it a trace mineral? I don't know. Like, I don't know a lot of science stuff. Like we have, like when you look down some of the nutrition facts of foods and it's just like gold, silver, like all of these minerals are in there. So is mercury supposed to be?
Yeah, they make hamburgers with golden flakes. Why not some tuna with some mercury flakes?
Yeah. All right, that's the guy.
No, this is here's the guy.
As soon as I see a girl I felt like before, I'd always want to let a girl know like this secret about myself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Something like, it's okay,
What are you doing?
Ooh.
Does he have a can opener on him?
A little bit weird, but yeah.
They've got pop tops.
Like, it's basically, I always keep a can of tuna on me. And,
That doesn't look like a pop top, Danny.
Thing is, I actually have an addiction.
No,
that's what I wanted to tell you.
He does have a mini can opener.
Basically, I have an addiction to smelling tuna.
Okay. Like, I love seafood.
No, that could be taken the wrong way too. Like, how come she didn't slap him right there? She should have slapped him. Rob, should he have gotten slapped for that?
He should have, for a number of reasons. I guess he just loves it so much. I mean,
I'm starting to believe him, but it's like, how do you go so hard with that? Like this, if this is not real, this is ruining your entire life.
Mm-hmm.
But you got on TV, so it was
pretty popular guy on International Cat Day. It all came full circle. Okay. I wanted to get your opinions on this very unfortunate incident that happened at the UK leg of the World Triathlon Series. See if you have any insight into this. But in Sunderland, where the UK leg of the World Triathlon Championship Series was last weekend, 57 swimmers got diarrhea in what was a human waste filled sea.
So everybody's dream.
So wait. So the swimming portion of the triathlon, which is the first, everybody gets in and then shits their pants? Or like, is this later, like down the road, they're just like, oh yeah, we all got giardia from swimming in that. Like, what is like
the guy up front had probably the nervous diarrhea, right?
Yeah, but eating, I don't think that like swimming through a pool of diarrhea immediately, it's not instantaneous. Like
if you swam through a pool of diarrhea, you're getting pink eye.
Yeah, and you're puking and all that stuff, but it's not instantaneous. Like you could finish the triathlon if it's short.
You
and
think
then,
they all
like,
shared
the
a pasta dish?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, they could have had like a carb loading, like extravaganza the night before or something. Yeah, that could be.
Yeah. So I think that what happened was that the water that they swam through was filled with E. coli. That this was not like that the swimmers ended up all getting diarrhea at the same time.
Yeah. So this was after the event.
Yeah.
Like
so Tyson, this guy said the race was Sunday morning and he got sick Monday.
Yeah.
Late afternoon.
But what were the mercury levels in the water, Tyson? Do we know?
Depends on how many tuna were there swimming.
Should they take this guy around to smell the tuna and just to see? I don't listen. This makes sense. I've heard stories like this before. There's mountain bike races in the rain through cow pastures where people all get sick from the cow germs being flung up in their face as they're racing. And then 3 days later, they get giardia. So not a run of the mill story by any means, but I'm picturing 60 people all shitting their swimsuits at the same time in the middle of the ocean. And that's what I wanted from this story.
Unfortunately, it's not that dramatic.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not that traumatic. And, giardia has a way and diarrhea has a way of continuing its life. And it does it by this way,
Life finds a way.
Life finds a way, gives diarrhea. Those guys diarrhea somewhere, which creates more diarrhea. And it's the never-ending cycle of diarrhea.
The circle of life.
You can't stop it. It'll just continue going and going longer than we'll be around.
Yeah.
Longer. It started before we were here and it's going to end far after we are gone.
Yeah.
So, and it might be one of those things where the aliens come and they're like, it's just a planet of diarrhea. And everything else has been wiped out except for the diarrhea.
Okay, well, interesting that you bring up aliens, Tyson, because a Harvard scientist says that he has some conclusive evidence that he has uncovered alien life, and it's all going to come to light next month.
Oh my God, let's all turn into the live stream right now.
It's always just around the corner.
Just around the corner.
Just around the corner. This guy was out pulling up dirt from the sea because he claimed to have tracked an interstellar object that crashed into the ocean.
Yeah, but how much mercury was on it?
Oh, so
was
much.
it? Oh, wait, was it from Mercury?
No, well, this is the thing. He claims to have found alien stuff, and I saw some pictures that I thought were associated with the article. And at first I'm like, oh, dude, if those are the size of like a baseball, that's pretty cool. But then I found out that that's like microscopic level. Which, alien life, microscopic, that's probably what we'll find on Mars. But still, it's not the awesome news that I was hoping for. And you're going to tell us next month. Why don't you just tell us right now?
Yeah, why can't he tell us now?
He's been working at this for a long time. Just tell us now. Okay, for scientists, he's the same guy who says that Malulu or whatever it was called, that thing that was the interstellar object that came through here was a spaceship. So he's all in on interstellar objects.
Yeah.
So Danny, that is he saying that this alien life are microorganisms that are conclusively not of this Earth, or is this the evidence of a probe?
He's saying it's evidence of a distant probe or craft. He's not saying alien life. He's just saying a distant probe or craft. But it's like you have to zoom in to see. And if you look at the picture, which may or may not be in the article you have, it looks interesting. These little golden orbs. But at the same time, that's not what I want. I want a partial craft that obviously wasn't built by human hands.
I want to know what kind of scientist this guy is.
He's Harvard. Don't ask any more questions. All you have to say is I go to Harvard, and they're like, oh, okay, it's aliens for sure.
Yeah. So, I mean,
he's an astrophysicist.
Okay, so he's going to give us some numbers and some math and be like, this is why they exist, because you carry the X. Nobody ever carried the X over. Like
they never carry it.
They never carry it. And
so easy
like,
to forget that.
I carried the X and found out that there could be life on other planets. And by carrying the X, come on. And then like Neil deGrasse Tyson or whatever that guy's name is going to be like, oh, yeah, nobody ever thought to carry the X. I'm with you. And then all the astrophysicists will like pretend like it makes sense that there's life because of some mathematical thing. And all of us will be left here still super unimpressed.
Yeah, I actually think that Neil is more of a skeptic than that.
Yeah.
I think he's on the more of the
even if he carries the X.
Yeah, I think he's one of those people who say that space is just too massive for anyone to cross.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Oh,
so,
interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, don't hold your breath that this is going to be the reveal we've all been waiting for. This is just another guy providing a tiny piece of possible evidence.
Well, Danny, mark the day and time, because when on September 8th, we better be hearing something about this. Don't just tell us like, oh, it'll be next month, and then just think we're going to forget about it.
Yeah, do the fade. It's possible.
Yeah.
It's not going to matter.
Plus, people get addicted to being in the news, I would assume. And I think this guy got some press with the whole interstellar craft thing, and he's just trying to keep that ball in the air of relevancy. And this is his next thing. And then eventually we're all going to find out he was a fraud because he becomes more desperate to be in the news.
Yeah. Yeah. Even these Harvard guys desperate to be in the news.
Yeah. Most people are.
Okay. Even still, because I kind of hate, like, I'm avoiding.
Tyson, we just talked about a guy willing to eat 15 cans of tuna
to be on TLC.
Or at least
he's probably funding the show even. Which is insane. Yeah.
That's nothing compared to saying you found an alien spacecraft in the ocean.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, this guy's just carrying the X, and he thinks that by showing us this math.
Oh no, he's got material, Tyson. If you
is that
zoom
true?
in close enough that's true. He claims to have material.
On Google Earth. If you zoom in on Google Earth, there's a face.
No, he dredged the ocean, dredged it for a period of time and pulled up this material.
You know what?
What?
Astrophysicists aren't dredgers. Like, what is he doing?
Of course, he's outsourcing the dredging.
If he was going to do that, he should have been going and looking for all those tusks, Danny.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Make some moolah.
Remember how that whole tusk thing, someone found the fragment of a possible tusk? That's all they found after, like, what was it? Like 20,000 tusks were dumped into the Hudson.
Yeah, and
they found
$60 trillion worth
in tusks. Someone found a fragment.
Yeah.
And who knows, they probably brought it with them. It wasn't Dirty Dan or whatever his name was.
diving Dirty Dan.
Yeah, he disappeared from the news. He's just thinking of his next scam to get back into the news.
You don't think that this is the carry the X guy?
Maybe Dirty Dan helped dredge the ocean for this guy.
Oh yeah, I mean the dredgers. There can't be that many dredgers.
Yeah, it's probably very specialized.
A small community.
Or maybe part of becoming an astrophysicist is you do take a dredging course.
There's dredging courses.
Well, the world is covered with mostly ocean. So if you're going to pull up spacecraft, likely it's going to be.
That's how they haze you to get into being an astrophysicist. Yeah. Start with the dredging.
And is this guy a professor of dredging? Is that maybe
no, but he minored in dredging.
You got to.
I don't like this guy.
Noted.
All right, another scientist has gotten closer to a game-changing weight loss wonder pill that is being advertised as a pill that you can eat whatever you want and not have to work out.
Yeah, this has never gone wrong.
There.
This has never gone wrong before.
This has never led to a class action lawsuit.
And people's brains eating themselves. Like is this fen all over again?
So I'm not sure what this is called, but
cocaine. Probably it's called cocaine.
Yeah. So these diet pills are getting closer and closer.
Are we going to be on the forefront of taking these, or are we going to wait and see?
No, I'm going to wait and see on this.
Yeah, I'm waiting and seeing. I'm not, and I don't suggest anyone be in the clinical trials. Let's hold off.
I did just see Wegovy. How do you say that? Wegovy. They were in the news again today. And they have beneficial side effects, like helps with cardiovascular disease or something. So not only do you lose weight, but your heart for a short period of time is strengthened and blood pressure goes down. So yeah, I mean, right now that one's the one I'll probably take when I decide to not do any exercise.
Okay. This one is called CPACC.
Good name. CPAC.
Yeah. I thought CPAC was already a thing, but this is also called that. And they said that they're making a lot of progress. The way that it works is that it has to deal with the magnesium uptake to the mitochondria of the cell.
Oh, yeah, that's what I would target. I've been saying that for years. That's
basically the carrying the X.
Yeah. Uptake of magnesium. That's what they're going to manage.
Yeah, all the other stuff, Ozempic.
It actually sounds pretty healthy.
Yeah.
Like we should have been taking this the whole time?
Maybe.
Dude, if this works, you know how much I'm going to eat? I'd be eating pizza right now this morning. This
is probably a bad thing for the world's food stores, right?
This is the beginning of the end.
Not the time to have a grain shortage or a rice shortage. Yeah. Both those carbs are highly sought after.
Yeah. So they showed success in mice that were eating diets high in sugar and fat, and they think it could be possible for humans as well.
Well,
exciting.
Science.
I'm so glad I live in the future.
Yeah. Will this lengthen our lives? And also, will it help us not feel full? Like, are we going to be able to or are we training our guts? So everybody's like stomach now inside their teeny tiny skinny bodies is like a giant balloon because they just stretched it so much from eating so much all the time. Like,
yeah, well, I don't know what happens. So like you eat and then I don't know. Is this just you get like a super fast metabolism and maybe you are able to use the food better? Maybe you'll just have like so much energy.
I mean, can't you just go swimming in that lake where they did the triathlon after you eat a big meal to just just diarrhea it out?
Yeah. I didn't know this, but Ozempic has side effects.
Lots of side effects.
Skin, nauseating.
Wait. Start with the first one.
Sagging skin, nauseating belches. Gastrointestinal distress.
Yes.
All those things
we have a friend who's dealt with
sound about right. Nauseating belches, though.
Is that nauseating for you or for other people? Yeah.
You know it's bad when it's your own and you're just like, oh, goddamn, I hope.
Exactly. If you have a nauseating belch, that's bad enough for you, but anyone around you is also sharing in that beautiful experience.
I've ran through belch clouds of Danny's that have been borderline nauseating.
Yeah, I've crop dusted with some really good. I actually have memories of Tyson complaining about my burps.
Yeah, and you don't take Ozempic, right?
No. I was just those were the side effect of living for me.
Del Taco. I think it was Del
Taco. Yeah.
So we'd be running and Danny would literally be like 20 feet in front of me. And
it's a very thick cloud.
You burp? And he's like,
I was hoping you in your weight loss journey where you
it made me never want to ingest. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't eat right now.
Maybe we should bottle up nauseating belches in clear jars like that one lady and sell those.
90 Day Fiance.
Yeah. So when you feel like eating, you open up one of the jars, get a whiff, and now you don't.
Yeah. And there's no side effects of nauseating.
There are, no side effects.
Yeah. So what I do think is interesting about this is because it really targets the mitochondria, which of course we all know the powerhouse of the cell. I just wonder if this will
magnesium
change
on in there.
Yeah, change the way that your body is able to process food into energy. Maybe you just eat the food and then you just are supercharged.
Kind of seems scary to be messing with stuff on. I know everything messes with stuff on such a small scale, but the mitochondria, you want to mess up with that?
Get it supercharged, Danny.
I don't know. I would encourage exercise.
Yeah.
And maybe
you'll be doing so much exercise once you have charged up mitochondria.
Yeah, I guess. Or I'll explode into a pink mist after all my mitochondria get so charged they just explode. I mean, I don't know. I don't like these types of things.
None of the mice have exploded yet, Danny.
Not yet.
That we know of.
That we know of. Okay. So I want to get Danny's thoughts on this because I'm pretty sure that Danny has already spotted this phenomenon in the wild here. That this is a clip that went viral on TikTok where somebody claims that they basically have or their neighbor on a flight were able to turn their coach experience into a VIP experience on a recent flight. Okay. Danny, tell me if this looks familiar. Okay. What do you think of this tent that was spotted on a recent commercial flight?
Far more professional. The guy on my flight to Alaska, he had constructed it using, the backrest to the screen and then over him. This guy's got it hooked up in the bin where the bin hinges, it looks like, doesn't it? Yeah, it looks almost like a mosquito tent for a hammock. And it covers him pretty well. It doesn't, I wish I could see the other side because I'm curious how much space is taken up in the middle, from his tent. But this guy could do whatever he wants.
Does he have the whole row?
Yeah, well, that's a good question. We don't know if there are other passengers in the window and middle seat, if they are also there, and if they had any say in the tent that this man has
always
built.
Get consent when erecting your plane tent.
Always give consent when erecting your tent.
Yeah, right. You're like,
put that on
me,
a bumper sticker, Danny.
Excuse me, fellow passenger. I'll be putting up a giant tent to cover me and give me privacy on this flight. Are you okay with that?
It should be against the rules.
Oh yeah, 100%. This should be against the rules.
It blocks vision. It's like a hindrance. It's like so many things. It's like, I'm
surprised he wasn't asked to take it down. If there was an emergency and you tried to get past this guy, you're going to get tangled up in his net. I mean, you're not escaping that plane.
Yeah.
Plus, nobody brings this type of thing on a plane for any good reason.
Yeah.
I mean, why do you need so much privacy?
This was on a flight from San Diego to Venice, Italy.
Okay.
It's a long flight.
Remember the guy with my tent was doing also lots of weird sounds.
Yeah.
Even with the tent, he was still annoying me.
Probably more so.
Yeah. Exactly. More so. He was annoying me both sight and sound.
Yeah. He was assaulting both your vision and your ears
and your imagination.
He never asked for permission. He didn't consent before he tent.
But he was just across from you, Danny?
Well, we had one seat in between us.
Yeah.
But
how much consent? What's the circle of consent you need for this on the plane? Is it like you need everyone's agreement or just people within a 10-foot radius or like where?
Anyone who would share a tent wall with you, those are the people you need to ask.
So the guy that you had tented up didn't need to ask you?
He needs to ask the person behind him because he draped the fabric over the back of his seat.
Yeah.
That's annoying. That's actually pretty bad.
That's a violation of someone else's space.
Yeah, exactly. This guy, now in defense,
but not as much of a violation as if Tuna Guy was on this flight.
Yeah.
Tuna Guy is probably on the no-fly list now. And that's probably the second that the airlines saw this show advertised, they were like,
once he tries to get that can opener past TSA.
Yeah, the dog's going to go straight for him. He's covered with tuna cologne. He's not getting past the dog.
Man, what a life this guy.
A lot of people are saying that this is genius, and I don't like that.
I hate it. I think, yeah,
this is not genius.
It makes the plane feel even more claustrophobic when you're just like, the walls are closing in around me. Yeah.
Not ideal. I think what everybody is putting up their own tents on the plane. Now it's a flying tent city. That can't be good.
Nope.
Yeah. All right. So we are always talking about the different lawsuits that various brands are fighting. And I think that we've touched on this before. So there is a hot sauce, Texas Pete's hot sauce.
Yeah, not made in Texas, right?
Not made in Texas, actually made in North Carolina. Texas Pete, they were trying to have this suit thrown out. But just this week, a judge denied Texas Pete the request to have their lawsuit thrown out of court. So they won't be dunking on anybody the way that we saw. Who was that? That was Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yep.
Yeah.
Taking out ads.
Wow.
This was in California.
So
California court.
Yeah, that's interesting. North Carolina,
Why did they go
Texas,
to North Carolina
California.
court?
He was judge shopping, like hopefully finding a judge that hated Texas or whatever he needed to support.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't work out.
Yeah, so this is a class action lawsuit, and it has been filed by someone named Philip White, who said that after purchasing Texas hot sauce for $3, that then he found out that it was actually from North Carolina. I mean, not for anything. I mean, there's North Carolina barbecue. It's not like he found out this was made in New Jersey.
Yeah. Or Canada.
Like,
yeah,
what?
Actually,
It's
Canada
made in
would
Maine?
be. Yeah, Canada would be an affront to sauce. But yeah, even New Jersey, I'd be fine with. Actually, I've never even cared. Like, where was this? I mean, who cares? Does it taste good? Yes,
it's like the
no?
old Pace Picante sauce commercials.
Pretty sure that wasn't made. Where's
New
Pace?
York
Is that a
City.
place? Oh yeah.
Those are old, very old school, and
very old.
Definitely aged and dated myself.
Do you think that influenced this guy? He watched those commercials.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
Like,
these cowboys are up in arms about their salsa being made in New York City. So yeah, I would.
Yeah,
think
but
so.
it's not as though Texas Pete hot sauce has tried to hide the fact that it was made in North Carolina.
Label, right?
From the Texas Pete website, they ask themselves the question: how is it that a tasty red pepper sauce made in North Carolina happens to be named Texas Pete anyway?
Yeah, it's the guy's name, Pete from Texas. They could go so many ways with that.
As long as it tastes good and the health inspector has given his thumbs up on the facility, I don't care. I don't care where you make your food at all.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, this lawsuit is to not only get Texas Pete to change its name, but also give money back to customers who have been defrauded.
How many people are lining up? They're like, I love Texas Pete's, but come on, North Carolina. Like nobody's like, oh, I love their hot sauce so much, but that was before I knew where it came from. So sign me up for that class action. I got a class action check a little while ago for like,
ooh, how much?
Like $30. I never even cashed it.
From where?
Wow.
I don't know. Apple.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was Apple's some Apple Care thing where they weren't really covering the phones like they promised they would. And yeah.
See, I like people who go after things like that.
Yeah, I do too.
That's a consumer warrior that I can appreciate because I feel like a company worth $3 trillion should be
held accountable.
Yeah, should be held accountable.
Yeah, even though that it was because it was called Apple Care, and it turns out that they didn't really care that much.
Yeah, they didn't care at all.
You didn't mind?
Is that what it was about? The word care?
No,
I would not be surprised if someone has.
I mean, why not go after them? The company is called Apple, and it's not fruit; it's a phone.
Yeah.
But Rob,
I tried to eat one. I tried to eat it.
Apple iPhone.
Guys, we're laughing at this, but that's basically what a lot of these lawsuits are about. Something that stupid. Texas Pete, not made in Texas.
It's called an iPhone, and people don't even use it as a phone. $5 million for the Texas Pete customers. This class action lawsuit is looking for.
Yeah. If they win, everybody gets $1.
I'm looking forward to that check.
Yeah. Anybody who's bought Texas Pete in the last 10 years gets $1.
All right. So let's see. How about you want to talk about how Zoom they have had a lot of their employees working from home using their signature product, Zoom teleconferencing. But they have now announced that they would like a lot of their workers to return to the office.
Yeah, it's easier to control your workers when they're at the office and ensure that they go to lots of stupid, pointless meetings.
Yeah. Is this not a positive endorsement for Zoom?
Yeah, I think so. I think this is them not trusting their own product. And like, hey, we're having a hard time communicating over Zoom only. We need you to come in so we can do face-to-face conversations without lag.
Zoom is not getting it done. We need everybody here in the office.
It's so good. Yeah, I love it. It's like when you see, like, you're out to lunch and you're at Subway and you see like a Jersey Mike's guy come in Subway and like eat some Subway, and you're like, hold up,
charlatan.
Wait. Yeah, what's going on here? This should be against the rules for you to go into a direct competitor's store. As anybody who works, like,
it's a bad look.
It's a bad look. Any industry you work in, you shouldn't go into that same industries and be and pay for services.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about because when I go to a restaurant and I see an employee eating there, in their uniform, I'm like, okay,
good endorsement.
He knows what's going on in the back. I can eat here as well.
Yeah. Good endorsement. And then when you see Jersey Mike's guy at Subway, you're like, never go to Jersey Mike's. Yeah, this guy who works in the back, sandwich artist, does not trust it. He goes to Subway. Like, that's, and this is the same. Like, okay, Zoom. Where do we got to go? StreamYard? Is StreamYard the ticket? We don't know, but it's not. Yeah, Zoom is
face to face, good old face to face.
Yeah, it's not like that they're like using a different software to do their virtual work. I think they're sort of like saying like, this virtual work is not cutting the mustard over here. Yeah. Everybody back in the office.
So is there a way we can charge now to have everyone meet in person? Like, because Zoom like has their premium stuff where you can pay a fee, stuff like that. Is there some way we can monetize getting people back in the office?
Yeah, I think they all go back to the office, but then they use Zoom to talk to the people still at their house.
Okay.
That's
smart.
Talk to everybody. Dogs.
Zoom. It's not about virtual work. It's about virtual home. Think about it. You go to the office. And
you're
then
still home. You can still be home even though you're at the office.
You can still be home while you're at the office. You're still like using Zoom to talk to your pets and your loved ones.
Yeah. I like it.
Just flip it around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
They actually had to cut 15% of their staff over at Zoom.
Wow. 15% of their staff got cut.
Yep.
What if it's just people with like choppy voices and they thought that the people just
had a bad connection? Like, you can't stay employed. Wait, no.
That's just how they talk.
It was like Tourette's or something. And they fired him because they thought it was a bad connection.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of people on Zoom too. You're not really paying attention. It's so easy not to pay attention when you're doing this type of communication. Whereas when you're looking right at the guy, you know, if he's not looking you in the eyes, he's probably not listening.
Yeah. Yeah. That's, I am excited. I like that headline. I think that's really A+ news. Right?
Plus, guys, smell is an important part
Smell, Danny.
You gotta
knows.
smell everybody. Yeah,
But-
tuna guy. They told him to stay home.
Exactly. I got to smell the tuna guy to really appreciate the story. I need to look him in the eyes
And
smell his
him.
tuna cologne, and then I know what kind of a person he is.
But so then for someone like Danny, that's only one-sided because he doesn't have a sense of smell.
Yeah.
But people can still smell him.
Yeah.
And is that fair? Is that fair that someone
That is
can't
not
smell?
fair.
It should be smelled.
Yeah,
or should
I should
you
only
have a
be on
shirt?
Zoom.
Yeah. Should you
100%
have a
Tyson.
shirt that's just like, I can't smell myself? Yeah. So like,
Please plug your nose.
Yeah.
As a courtesy to me.
You're not allowed
That's
to
fair.
react to my smells because I cannot smell. So I have no way of detecting whether or not I actually smell.
Yeah, thanks, Tyson. I didn't even realize that, but I will be making a laminated card that I hand to people.
Doesn't that make you self-conscious going out in public and being like,
oh, all the time.
I have no idea.
All the time.
And then like you're on a plane and you like, you know, when you get on a plane, you always fart. Like that's a thing you do. Like you don't know.
As
like
the pressure changes,
is it knocking people out or is it like is it odorless? Like you don't know. You can never
silent and deadly.
Yeah. Man, Danny, that is a whole stress that you have to deal with. I'm sorry.
Tyson, what if that guy, his tent was like polyurethane or a shower curtain, and he was doing that as a courtesy to everyone, trapping his smells in his tent alone?
Hot boxing.
Would that work?
Nice.
Yeah.
Hot boxing.
No, that wouldn't work unless it's all the way airtight.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And that would be
you'd
super
have to
scary.
seat all the way by the bathroom too.
Yeah. If you have a seat all the way, that's what they should do too, is they'd be like, what's your sense of smell level? Like if it's not very much, you get to sit by the bathroom.
That's discrimination.
I can tell you as someone who can't smell that I do find it irritating when I'm just in someone's cloud.
How can you tell you're in someone's cloud?
Because they'll laugh or tell me, or people will tell me, oh yeah, I've been farting. Like my kids will do it. And I'm like, that's not nice.
And you can't detect that at all.
Because I can't, not at all. And so I'm just sitting there in their cloud having a good time. And it's like kind of rude.
I would abuse you so bad there, Danny. Now,
I'm glad you're not here then.
After all that burping you put me through, like when we were jogging, like I feel like payback now would be perfect because I'd just be like, you're definitely getting
now that you've revealed
from
your
that
plan,
cloud. Yeah.
I'm not going to get anywhere near you.
Yeah.
Do you still enjoy
Bring
food?
the shower curtain.
No, I don't really enjoy it. There's a couple things I still enjoy, but for the most part, no.
Wow.
What a sad existence, you know?
Well, I don't think about it now most of the time. I had a moment this morning where I'm like, I can't smell anything in this room, which is weird. Now I was eating breakfast, just looking around the kitchen. I'm like, I don't smell any of this stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of strange.
Well, and that was all from COVID and it never came back?
Never came back.
Wow.
At moments it felt like it was going to, and then it just decided like, nah, this is too much work to rebuild these synapses. Let's just call it a day.
Yeah.
He's doing fine. So yeah.
Wow. Danny.
But it makes
not a class action lawsuit against COVID.
It makes plane flying a lot better. I mean, here's the strange thing. Airplane food still tastes as awful as it always did. But I can't really smell a lot of the smell. So if this guy with the big tent is farting, I wouldn't know.
Okay.
I'm just sitting there bathing in his cloud.
All right. So somebody playing piano?
No, I hit my mic stand.
Okay. So I want to understand this no smell thing more a little bit.
Okay.
So do you have any other lingering side effects or is it just the smell thing?
Smell and taste.
Smell and taste.
There are some smells that come through.
But is it smell? Is the smell linked to the taste, or do you think they're two independent?
I think they're two independent things. I mean, I haven't really looked into the science a whole lot, but
because I think when you can't smell, your sense of taste is
affected.
Yeah,
100%.
Okay.
So there are some things I can taste, and there are some things I can smell, and then there is like a default smell for a lot of things that have a strong odor.
Okay.
So they all smell the same.
And is that default smell for you good or bad?
Oh, bad.
It's
really bad.
But
still,
the smell itself
doesn't.
But the smell itself doesn't have to be bad. It's just how you perceive it is bad.
Yeah, it's like strong odors have this really disgusting default smell that I can't describe. But
not the smell it has for everybody else.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Like a Yankee Candle company is offensive to you because it's just a strong odor.
No. It would be like early on things like gasoline, skunk, smoke, and any smell kind of that category all smelled exactly the same. It was like a rotting flesh smell. And that there was like the default smell for all of those smells. So I could tell when something bad was happening around me, but I wouldn't be able to tell you what bad thing it was that was happening. So
My God.
Yeah. Anyway, we've talked about this.
We sure have, but I just wanted to dig into it.
I know it's fascinating, but there's other things out there more fascinating than my smell.
Well, let's find out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I got one more story before we get to Danny's Bolt Hole. And it's the story of this is a human interest story.
Ooh.
A man named Serena Ford. I'm sorry, that Kevin Ford is the man. Serena Ford is his daughter. That he has been working at Burger King for 27 years. He's never missed a day of work. Made a video on TikTok recently about this. About how he has worked for 27 years at Burger King, never missed a day of work, and people have responded with a GoFundMe to pay for the retirement fund for Kevin Ford.
This ties in well to the Bolt Hole. And
yes.
This is
Tyson, do you have an estimate of how much money has been raised for Kevin Ford of Burger King?
I like the story.
Yes.
I think it's incredible. If that is verified that he has worked there 27 years without missing days, then he deserves something. Shouldn't necessarily come from a GoFundMe. It should probably come from Burger King corporate. But if that's not the case, then I do like the GoFundMe idea. And I am going to guess that it has raised. I don't think I'd personally jump on and be like, I'm going to donate to this guy because of this. But it definitely intrigues me, and it's a nice feel-good thing. I'm going to say $280,000.
Higher.
Whoa.
Yeah.
$820,000.
No, lower.
450.
450,000 is the goal. 403,000 is what has been raised.
Wow.
For Kevin Ford.
How old is he? Because that'll determine if this is truly a retirement or not.
He's worked there for 3 decades.
Yeah, almost 3 decades.
So he's 50.
Yeah, I think he's in his 50s.
So, who operated the GoFundMe?
His daughter.
Don't like it as much.
Yes.
Why? Who would you prefer?
A regular customer to the Burger King he's worked at.
Yeah, that is a better story.
Yeah. So he made the video after the hiring company HMS Host made him a goodie bag to celebrate all of his time there. But the goodie bag was a movie ticket, a Starbucks cup, a bag of Reese's candy, and 2 packets of Lifesavers, a piece of chocolate cake, 2 pens, and 2 keychains. So they did do something for him.
It's pretty random goodie bag.
Do you need 2 keychains?
I guess. I mean, does he have because you probably have all your keys on one chain, right?
That's
yeah, 2 keychains is excessive.
Yeah,
it is excessive. It's more.
You could have put that 50 cents into something else. Another pen, perhaps.
Yeah, I always kind of found these gift bags a little insulting.
Yeah, I think that totally. That might have been the reason for the GoFundMe. Yeah. David Spade, another Arizona native, Tyson. That
I saw him at a restaurant not too long ago.
Yes, $5,000 he donated to this GoFundMe.
Wow, David Spade getting after it.
So
what's he making? Oh, is he doing podcasting?
He's doing a podcast. Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
he does. Yeah, both.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler videos. I mean,
yeah,
a lot of those.
He does a podcast with Dana Carvey called "Fly on the Wall."
Okay,
cool.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. Okay, Tyson, how's the heat been?
Hot heat. We actually got some rain this morning, and so when I drove the kids to school, it was only 75 degrees, which was nice.
Oh, nice.
But it's still hot. It's still going to be over 110 here. Maybe not today, but yeah, let's see. Let me look at the weather for you. I know that you didn't want to get this in depth, but it's too late.
Yeah. Well, that there was an article about how some people have been shifting their schedules to just like be nocturnal, and they do all their stuff at night now.
I'm not going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to stay in the day like humans are meant to do. Like, really, that's why our mitochondria isn't getting the magnesium it needs, is because we're trying to be nocturnal mole people.
Yeah. But maybe the Earth will get so hot that everybody will just sleep all day, and then nighttime is when everybody comes out.
I think we just do underground cities. Right?
Ooh, yeah. Then we really do become mole people.
Yeah, that's cooler down there.
Yeah, 100%.
So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Danny, are you ready to take us to your bolt hole?
Let's do this.
Okay. Not under the ground, just where everybody can see it. Danny's bolt hole.
Welcome to my bolt hole. I think you're gonna like it. I think you're gonna feel you belong.
All right, Danny.
So we talked just now about strangers coming together to offer support to someone in a time of, I don't know, not need, but something, right? And this is not a new thing. It's been going on for a while. And about 2 years ago, I was irritated there was a rash of stories. They were moms who posted sad stories about the birthday party they threw for their child, and nobody showed up. And then it has a picture of the kid being used as a prop, sitting at an empty table, surrounded by empty chairs. And those stories really irritated me.
Mm-hmm.
Because it says more about you as a parent. Having watched Liz throw lots of birthday parties, you confirm that all those kids will show up, and it is a good day to have a birthday party. Now,
multiple times.
I
will even go the lengths of approaching parents when I see them and be like, so now you're coming to Marlo's birthday party, right? Let me mark you down real quick. You're coming to that?
Your kid sat there at an empty birthday party because you're a terrible mom. I would say in most of those cases.
No, I wouldn't say terrible. I would say
hold on.
Okay.
Poor execution. In most of those cases, it can happen. Maybe nobody showed up. Maybe your kid is surrounded by really mean people. That's possible. But to see so many stories, it was just irritating. And then these stories turned into things like things about their grandpa's birthday party. Nobody showed up to that, and there's always this outpouring of support, which is great. It's a real feel-good story. Humanity is not all, terrible. And then I came across a story about a performer, an actor, who said that nobody came to her play. It sounded like a one-person play. This is in Scotland. And, the next, of course, there was an outpouring of support. Celebrities got on board. And the next time she threw her play, seats were filled. And you're like, okay, that's a nice feel-good story. But a lot of people, even in the comments, and as someone who was a performer, you're like, yeah, that's just how it goes.
Yeah. How was the play is more of what I am interested in knowing.
You want to, maybe your play just stinks. It's the same thing. I saw a story earlier about an author who had a book signing. Nobody showed up, and all of a sudden his book became a best-selling book. It doesn't say anything about his book. Doesn't mean his book's good. It says more about the kindness of strangers than it does about him as an author or her as an actress, and it just is starting to irritate me that I'm seeing these, because we're rewarding people
failure.
We're rewarding people for looking pathetic rather than for actually producing a quality product. And it's like, I was a musician. I played lots of shows.
I went to some of those.
To empty rooms or rooms with less.
Should have posted the
people.
pictures.
I was there.
Yeah, I know. And you're just like, man, that sucks. Let's do better and try to get more people next time. And the automatic move wasn't, I'm going to go gripe online and hope that I can stir the hearts of millions to give me $2 million of my GoFundMe.
Yeah.
Or buy my album. So I don't know. They just one of those irritating things. The internet is full of them. And it started with birthday parties that had no one show up, and it just seems to be growing. I'd rather give money to a guy for his potato salad or the guy who's retiring than at all help you out because you're bad at putting together a kid's birthday party. There you go.
Yeah. Wow.
Because listen, preying on the kindness of strangers turns helpful, happy people into jaded human beings.
Cynics.
Right? Cynics. That's the problem, is like there's only so much generosity, well, at least for most people, that you can give out before you're like, dude, I feel like I'm being taken advantage of. So we can't waste that kindness on grifters. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Rant over.
Should GoFundMe have tighter vetting for who's allowed to make a GoFundMe?
No, we got to keep it like it is, right?
You got to use your own internal filter to understand.
Yeah, exactly. You have to learn and grow, and maybe a couple people do have to be turned into cynics. I'm just asking people to be more careful where they put their kindness, because it's not an endless well of kindness unless you're a very special person.
Yeah,
there's only so many times
that you can be kind.
Yes, to strangers online.
All right.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
Save your kindness for those that earned it.
All right. There you go. Danny's bolt hole, everybody. All right. Danny, what's coming up for you this week?
What am I doing? I'm sure I'm doing something great. And if something great does happen, I'll let you guys all know about how nobody turned up or appreciated it.
Yeah. It was just you by yourself.
It was just me by myself. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Tyson.
Do you have any adventures coming up?
I do. I have a big adventure coming up.
Oh,
tease it up for us.
The next little bit. Well, I just did, didn't I?
Where are you going?
Well, I'm going to save the location for later.
Oh my
goodness! It's
nobody donate to Danny's GoFundMe. Don't subscribe to his YouTube channel.
It's going to be cool.
Oh,
so it's going to be hard, a challenge, but it's going to be cool.
Are you going solo?
Yes, but I try. Oh, here we go. I tried to get people, and I texted everyone, and they all said no.
Did you check? Did you get a text, Rob? Let me check his phone.
I don't see any.
Yeah, check your phone. Oh, that's weird. I probably emailed you guys and got sent to junk.
Okay.
So anyway, I got something coming up.
Okay.
No worries.
We're happy for you,
Tyson. What about you, Tyson?
Pickleball today, National Pickleball Day. I'm going to play some pickleball tonight. I'm going to this weekend. Don't have any real plans this weekend that I can think of, but in the next weekend, I'm going to Pittsburgh for the Gamma Classic pickleball tournament. I'll be playing this time. Usually I just go and hang out and high five people, but this time I will also be playing some pickleball in the tournament. And that's about it. Rob? Oh,
yeah, we've got everything Big Brother going on right now. It's been a very exciting week of Big Brother so far. So you know where I'll be.
Yeah, you couldn't pay me $1 million to be in the Big Brother house for a week.
Yeah,
we know your price.
A week. Yeah,
is there? Yeah, I had been saying that. I feel like there's not a ton of the legendary Survivor players that would even want to go be in the Big Brother house for 100 days.
No, not at all.
That's so long. That's so long.
100 days, I wouldn't do it for $1 million. So 100 days for sure. A week, I would go for a week. We could figure out.
Now, Cerie's son is in the house.
Yeah.
Does that change anything for you if one of your family members was there?
Is it my only family member?
No.
Okay.
So
I'll figure out a different way to support my child's dream of being on Big Brother. Yeah.
I'm not sure if that was Jared's dream to be on Big Brother, but they're both there. So, all right. So there you go. We'll be back next time with more News AF next week. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.